Okay, we're back playing Hardspace Shipbreaker. I'm about halfway through salvaging this GECKO Salvage Runner. I've taken off the entire outer hull, with the exception of the area around the cockpit and the area around these salvage bays. So right now I'm very nervous about the fact that I have left the reactor in place and haven't figured out exactly how to get it out of the ship yet. It's the most dangerous bit. So I want to get that thing taken care of. This guy right here. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's interesting. It's not in a glass case like it usually is. I wonder if that's going to make it easier. Well, we'll find out in a second. And then once we're clear of the reactor, I'd like to figure out how these salvage bays are put together. We had an easier time disassembling the airlock this time around. It feels like, I don't know if they've changed airlocks generally to make them easier to disassemble, or if the salvage runner has a special airlock. But it looks like these, like, salvage bay doors might be sort of inheriting some of the challenges of the of the airlock. So I'll have a look at this, but I don't want to start. I feel like there's a lot of cutting that I might need to do over here, and I don't want to do any cutting until this pipe is empty and this reactor is gone. So that is step one. So I think, oh, interesting. Okay, so historically my strategy with taking apart reactors has been to remove the shielding from the outside and then the caps, and that at that point the reactor starts melting down, but I've already cleared, you know, a bunch of area around it, and it's fine. I can just put the thing away. It looks like they've deliberately wrapped the pipes, specifically the coolant pipe, the one that's really hard to detach. They've wrapped it around both sides, so I can't just take the caps off. I actually have to cut the coolant pipe, which is complicated because the coolant pipe, in order to safely cut the coolant pipe, I have to detach the coolant sources from this side of the ship. So I'm gonna have to start on this side of the ship, turn off the coolant, and then the reactor is gonna start melting down. And as soon as the reactor starts, then I'm gonna have very limited time to go over and detach the reactor and get it sent where it needs to go. So, first off, gonna collide with things. Let's send this guy to the furnace. Okay, so before we mess with this, let's make sure that the reactor is as close to ready to go as possible. Okay, so I'll take off the paneling. Paneling goes in the processor, looks like, so boink. That went kind of weird. Let's just be efficient and just take it all off real fast. Boink. Nobody wants to watch me just throw each of these one at a time. Wow, it's so much easier without the glass case. Take those guys off. And, oh, hey, wait a minute. Maybe I don't have to detach the coolant first. Is there enough room? Oh, hey, you. Do not drift towards the furnace. Okay, so I might actually be able to remove... this reactor without hurting the pipes. If I can, that's great. That's much better than trying to race across the ship after disconnecting the coolant. All right, yeah, so what I would need to do, I would need to yank this reactor up slightly to the left, pull it past the pipe, get it clear of the ship, and then pull it down to the barge. Now, if I cut the coolant, then I could just cut the pipe and just push it straight down immediately. So, it's actually still debatable which strategy is better. Because if I make a mistake pulling it out, it could get kind of trapped in here with like lightning strikes going everywhere. It could hit the coolant pipe, cause a freezing event, shatter a bunch of stuff. That could be a disaster. So actually, you know what? I'm going to go with the original plan. Let's try shutting off the coolant first. And then see if I can do this. And, you know, if we have a meltdown, whatever, that'll be entertaining. Whoa. Whoa, sorry. I'm getting distracted because I just noticed this bit of hull is at a weird angle. Is it actually detached? Oh, let's... So I felt like I tried to yank it into the processor before, and it didn't go. But now it's going. Oh, maybe it was just... Oh, I don't know how to explain it, but... Oh, that is so refreshing to have the outer hull not directly connected to the cockpit. Well, the cockpit even has an open front so I can yank the computers out. This is so convenient. I love this ship. I wonder if they've made similar upgrades to the other ships, or if this one is just special. I really need to find out later. For right now, though, pop this guy off. Okay. So we're going to pop off all the coolant. Okay, so now we just removed all the coolant from the reactor. So now we've got very limited time to deal with this reactor situation. Yep. Yep. Okay, so let's get over here. We're going to cut that. And now that that's cut, why is that not... Why is it not working? Hey, I said cut. Okay. I think I might have misunderstood the geometry of the situation. And I missed the reactor. Okay, great. There. Pull. Go, 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 go. Okay, it's causing some damage. It's shattering some bits, but... Okay, we got it to that stasis field down there. That didn't go as well as I would have liked. What was my mistake? So that thing was not moving. Oh, this thing was attached right here. I didn't catch it. I thought it was only the pipes that were holding it on. But no, it's attached here, so that's why it didn't do what I expected. Okay, good to know. Right, but no meltdown, so we're good there. So now the biggest danger is gone. Let's still let's grab this piece of hardware too while we're at it. What's this thing called again? I forget. The ECM or something. So now that there's no coolant in this pipe, don't mind cutting it. And then I think that frees this guy up. Yep, to slowly remove itself from the barge. I mean, from the ship. Towards the barge. Goodbye. So Packler points out that because this is a salvage ship, maybe the people who constructed it put more effort into making it itself more salvageable. So where are these pipes attached exactly? Let's just kill this joint. Okay, so that bit is fine. Where is this pipe attached? Okay, let's see. What happens if we kill this joint? Okay, that bit still doesn't go anywhere. What about this one? Okay, this one does. Okay, so the attach point is somewhere on this. Is it attached at the airlock? Looks like, oh, maybe it's attached at the airlock. Okay, so that part's attached, but is this? Nope. Okay, so it is attached at the airlock. I guess I can leave that bit there for now, or just destroy it. Haha, you're gone now. Okay, so the remaining great mystery is what to do with the salvage bay doors. At least I think that's sort of the last area of this ship that is sort of unfamiliar. So let's, oh, actually, just because I'm here, let's get rid of this nonsense. Okay, so a lot of this goes on the barge, some of it doesn't. That goes on the barge, this guy goes on the barge, but this plate here is processor. So let's send this to the processor, and then let's, oh hello, also send this to the processor, boink, send this guy to the barge. Okay, this is just a weird ugly dangly bit, and it feels good to get rid of, and it also gives me a door. Okay, so we've got these salvage bay doors. They are processor. So this is furnace, this is processor. Do they have, there's not like a way to open them, is there? It looks like they probably don't animate open. Can't get out. And there's no obvious cut points. Okay, so this is processor, this is processor, this is furnace. I wonder if I can, like, can I, okay, so I can't cut this processor piece, but maybe if I cut this furnace piece, and also this furnace piece, also the corner piece, maybe I can free the processor bit and send it off. Okay, that wasn't enough, was it? Is this moving? No, no, I'm just seeing these furnace bits drifting around. Okay, how is it still connected? Okay, looks like this is all one solid piece. It's just connected everywhere. Huh. So I'm nervous about cutting too much around here because I'm going to cut something by accident that I care about. Maybe I should actually be, instead of slicing, I should be eliminating. It's hard to figure out exactly when to expect this thing to be fully cut loose. Okay, yeah, so I destroyed a large enough piece of equipment that the voice actually complained at me about it. Okay. Are we disconnected yet? No, I'm moving up against it and it's not going anywhere. Where is it still connected? Ooh, right there? There we go. Okay. Okay, so it looks like actually all the places I needed to disconnect were all visible from this spot. So maybe that's what I actually needed to do, was get into that spot and just start moving in circles and cutting. So let's try to do a better job with this other bay door after we shove all these loose ends where they belong. Okay, so let's go over to the other bay door and try to do a better job this time around. And then once both of the bay doors are gone, we can start emptying out the contents of this thing. Okay, so what I learned was I needed to, at least with these smaller bits, I had to just eliminate the pieces. But, let's see. That wasn't enough, obviously. Yeah, so there's other stuff I gotta do, so I still need to cut into this thing. Actually nice and convenient though. Alright, so then let's blast these corner pieces. And this middle connector. And it's free. Wow, okay. It's actually nice and satisfying. I always forget what buttons my tools are on. Okay, so this was a little bit like removing an airlock was before, but still more satisfying. I can feel more successful. Like I had to cut a lot of furnace stuff, but I'm not sending any furnace stuff into the processor. It still came out clean, which feels kind of special. Okay, so I need to get this garbage. Is it all barge stuff? It has some processor stuff too, mostly barge stuff. So ideally, I would actually cut the floor out and just send that stuff down via the floor. I don't want to damage it by cutting too haphazardly. But I think the first cut you make is usually fairly safe. It's the second cut where you might just stray and hit something stupid. So as long as I'm hitting large pieces of inner hull and only hitting those, I should be fairly safe. And then let's eliminate this bit. And to the furnace you go. Whoops. Okay, that actually went better than usual. I feel like I might have just accidentally discovered a better way to do... I mean, I do that kind of maneuver a lot in this game, and I feel like that's the best that's ever gone. Alright, so let's barge all these suckers. Oh, this goes in the... Oh, weird. These doors are strangely united. Smuggler Pony is like, woohoo, tether chain! Yes, that is the best. So this, like, ECM thing is, like, usually a really valuable piece of equipment. I'm kind of surprised there's an extra. It feels like there's something special about having an extra in this particular ship. I think that's kind of the point of this salvage ship, is that, like, each time you get it, you're never quite sure what extra treasure is going to be in the bays. Okay, and what do we have here? Oh, is this another? Oh, it's not ECM, it's ECU. I just remembered where they show the names of these items, so sorry that I'm getting the name of it wrong. And there's like a posters and stuff stuck to it, whatever. Am I really going to pick up individual snacks and throw them in the furnace? Apparently so, but maybe not much in the future. Now this goes in the processor, huh? Okay. Okay, so that's one bay. Let's do the other bay. I think they should have a ship that comes from the salt mines, and they should have a part of the ship that's designed for carrying salt, for transporting salt, and it should be called the Salt Bay. Just saying. So it looks like I actually could have gone further over when I was cutting through that floor before, so I think I'm gonna actually do 3 sections of floor this time instead of only 2. Because it went so well before. What could go wrong now? Notice I'm carefully lining it up to make sure that I don't have any dotted line straying outside the one item I want to cut. Usually if you're careful about that, then you won't accidentally cut something you didn't mean to cut. However, with this version of the laser, when you're just like firing at a particular thing to make it disappear, as soon as you're done firing it, it immediately starts shooting at the thing behind it, and that's how you can accidentally, like, set off pipes and stuff really easily. Ooh, oh wow, this wall came off too, huh? Okay, sure. Wow, cracked this thing open like an egg. Oh, okay, so it's not, dang it. It's not all barge this time, some of it's processor. So we should be careful about this. Let's see. Okay, so I can't just uncritically throw everything in the barge. I've got to send things where they go. Ooh, this guy, I think is... Oh, wait. Oh, normally you grab these, but this one wants to be in the barge. Oh, that's weird. Okay, sure. Oh, barge. Processor. Yeah, sorting things is just such a satisfying activity. Okay. Another barge wrench. Another barge coolant tank. Oop. Another reactor cap. Reactor cap. And then these guys are processor, it looks like. Tether train. Oh, wait, this guy's furnace? What's he doing over there? Oh, what was this thing? This is a barge thing of some kind. Actually, you know what? Rather than try to pull that through a door, why don't we just cut more floor out? Oh, what are these guys? Oh, bunch of random stuff. There's a lot about this salvage ship that is more satisfying, but and sort of like more satisfying, and also they've just made some things more straightforward, which is nice. But they've also got just a bunch of garbage that I have to just sort of take care of one thing at a time. But this, I really like this new sort of floor disassembling technique. It's not, I mean, I'm talking about it like it's some revolutionary idea. It's probably completely normal to a lot of people, but normally what I've done is left a lot of these floors alone until the last possible minute and then sort of cut big sections apart. Or I'll cut them open from the inside and kind of, I don't know, kind of go through a little bit of an elaborate process with it. But I like this process of sort of like doing the initial cuts and then eliminating the little crossbars. That I like that better than the ways I've done it in the past. So I think I'm going to keep on doing that. Oh, what? Did I not successfully cut this one apart? Oh. Looks like there's 2 layers of crossbar. Is this what was holding it on? Let's see if it's connected to that one. What is holding this one together? Okay, looks like there must be something inside the ship that is holding that thing on. Is it... Oh, is there some wall? Or is it... Oh, no. It might be the ladder. Yep, it was the ladder. It's funny, the ladder could hold that on. Alright, anyway, the whole reason I did that was because I had this barge thing. Wait a minute. Here we go. So I'll get this guy, whatever he is, down to the barge. Oh, it's a forklift. Okay, cool. Is it another forklift? Hey, Tether, what are you doing? There you go. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Okay, I'll have to do a better job of that. After depositing all these. Looks like we got more floor to cut away. Okay, let's try a little trick here. See if we can cut 2 at once. So you put the center right on the crossbar, and you cut through both the crossbar and the panels on either side of it. That actually feels like an even better way to do the thing I've been doing. Okay, let's see if I actually did a good job of this. Oh, dang it. Whatever, I'll deal with that later. Got the forklift out. That's what matters. And this random flammable package, get that out of there. Oh, a thing I never cut. So this is barge, this is processor. Oh, I've got so many little bits to cut on these guys. I really like the sparky effect. It's really, I feel like a welder. All right, so we've just crossed our second half-hour marker. So the question is this thing detached? It's not detached. But I cut all the cutty things. I cut all the cutty things. What is going on? Why are those cutty things there? How do I get you to the barge? Do I have to do I have to cut this thing? Oh, this is wires. So, cutting that wasn't actually a good idea. Though actually, I wonder... Okay, so now I know what those are. Those are special wires that you shouldn't cut. I wonder if I take off the power source, will that stop the lightning? Let's see what the state of things is down here. Everything's still on fire. Cool. Not sure what to do about that. Can this thing move? Oh, it can move. Okay. Let's pull it down without getting too close. And then yank it over into the processor. Hopefully that works fine. Was it the only part that was going nuts? It looks like. Okay, so maybe... Okay, so I've never encountered this before. So now that I've removed power, it seems like maybe that goes okay? Oh, it says furnace now because it's been damaged. Whatever. Anyway, I was starting to say before I cut that thing and got into a panic, I was saying it's been another half hour, and the question is, I mean, I should definitely cut this video right now. The question is, should I come back and finish this ship, or have we seen enough? Because I think I've actually grabbed all of the interesting bits of the ship, all the things that make the ship new and unique. You know, the new configuration of the outer hull, the fact that I could manage the airlock in a much more satisfying way. The fact that I can manage the cockpit in a more satisfying way was great. Those rail guides, or was that what those were called? Whatever those bits of wire were, that was an interesting surprise. I feel like we've sort of figured this out. Like the rest of this would just be like boilerplate. Yup, cutting the ship apart. So maybe we should just cut this short now and then not come back, because the rest of this is just standard Hardspace Shipbreaker. You've seen me do this stuff before. Oh, Jesse Baker says, when I've said, oh, I feel like a welder, Jesse's like, you're not really a welder. This is more of an arc cutter or something like that. You're breaking things apart, not putting things together. That is a very good point. I am not a welder. I'm a de-welder. So yeah, if anybody in the chat has got an opinion about whether I should try to finish this ship in another video, or if I should just be like, yep, we've discovered this ship and we're good, just let me know in the chat. Oh, Smoke Rainbow Pony says, the question is, what do you want to do, Jeffrey? Well, I think I actually kind of want to move on to something else. But, I mean, the whole point of this game, is to have it be satisfying. And so if leaving you hanging and not finishing the ship would not be satisfying, then, oh, wait a minute. I've got an idea. Here's what we should do. I should haphazardly just cut this ship to smithereens and throw it in the garbage. That's what I should do. We've done it. We've done things right. Now we should just do it wrong just to get it done. That's what I really want to do. So I wonder, was that cutting sufficient? Okay, looks like no. Oh yeah, now there's plenty of walls still holding this sucker together. Let's just fire our laser like crazy. Okay, what bits are we missing? This thing should be sucking towards the furnace by now. Oh, here's a little bit right here. So I think there's a certain, like, there we go. There's a certain mass threshold at which point the tether just can't move the thing at all. And so, like, if you try to just attach the entire ship to a tether, you know, to take it somewhere, that's just not going to happen. But once you cut it into slightly smaller pieces, it'll work. All right, so a bunch of that does not belong in the furnace, but whatever. Who cares? Similarly, let's just attach... Oh, wait. That's a bad angle. It's just not going to... Yeah, it's just going to kill those tethers. So let's attach this to the furnace a bunch of times. This stuff is mostly furnace stuff anyway. Huh. So I think I'm hitting some slight performance itches that are causing my aim to go a little bit high wire. Okay, so let's do that again. Cut this sucker about in half. So sometimes hitting the same spot twice in a row. Oh, I just broke something inside. Nice. I have no idea what it was, but that's fine. Oh, look, I just set something on fire. It's fine. Yeah, and I love how, like, perspective and foreshortening and everything just sort of turns my like, these perfect cuts into just garbage. Like, from one angle, they're a nice clean cut along a seam. Then from another angle, they're cutting straight across in weird ways. I'm just setting everything on fire. It's great. So I would never do this in career mode. But this is free play, so who cares? Let's just cut through this as hard as we can. Break everything. Also, my tools don't decay in this mode, so I can just overuse them like crazy. So this little bit right here, this is still holding it together. Okay, what are we missing? Something is still connecting. What is still connecting this together? Oh, there's all kinds of stuff down here that might be connecting it. Just cut, 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 cut. Cut everything, break everything. And you just point this laser in the same direction and keep cutting. Eventually you'll just cut through the center of the universe. Tethers still there? Oh, we've lost the tethers. Okay, well, I was relying on the tethers to tell me when I was done because it'd start yanking half the ship away. Why is that one red? It's weird. It's kind of funny that, like, I'm actually not being rewarded for being haphazard. Like, I kind of expected this to go a little easier. That if I just went haphazard, eventually I would just easily cut everything free. And it would just start disappearing. There we go. Got the last piece. But actually, it looks like carefully cutting it apart is actually more valuable than I realized. So we're still learning things about this game, even while we're playing it completely wrong. Yeah, so Smug Rainbow Pony says, yeah, I'd like to see you finish it, but if you want to move on, I can move on with you. And I appreciate your openness to different options there, Smug Rainbow Pony. Alright, so there's just this is a disaster area. It's so full of debris. Oh, actually, I should not send this guy to that other processor until things have gone past. There's so many different little objects all moving with physics at the same time. It's actually really affecting my performance. Let's chain these guys together too, just to make everything more complicated. Oh, let's just chain them all to each other. Chain them all to each other. Chain them all here. Chain that right there. Whee! Wow, this ship is basically gone already. I mean, I've got some big pieces left, but I'm not going to deal with all this debris that I've just left everywhere. This is silliness. Whoa, feel that. Basically, I think when a huge chunk of ship goes into the furnace, it's got to account for every piece of it, and I think that's what causes those slowdowns to happen. Josh Annalise says, now this method is reminding me of how the Harthians in Outer Wilds dealt with their ships. Oh no, oh no! Look at this guy. What are you doing? No, not the furnace! No, what are you doing? Oh, it's a disaster! Okay, whatever. Not career mode. I don't have to care. Oh, there's a tiny bit of scrap in there that actually got processed. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, you last piece. You're going to go in the right place. You must. Your brothers have failed me. But you will do it. You will do it right. Look at all this garbage. I mean, while I'm waiting for that big chunk of hull, might as well throw some of it away. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, how's this chunk doing? Oh, looks like it's headed in. Nice. Alright, well, I think we've got that covered. It does feel better, even though I did a really haphazard, silly job of this, it does feel better to make the ship gone before I get out of here. Oh, you don't want to go in the place? It's your home. You're too good for your home? Yay, valuable objects processed. Okay, so it's been like 45 minutes now since I started this video, so I think we are definitely done, but there's Hardspace Shipbreaker, the Salvage Runner. That was actually one of the most satisfying ships I've put together, and I've taken apart, put together. One of the most satisfying ships I've taken apart. I feel like the folks who are making this game are really sort of, they're learning from experience, learning from what players are doing, and that, I mean, it feels like they're getting, this game was already entertaining, the game was already fun, they're getting better at finding the exact way in which this game can be satisfying and fun, and leaning harder into it. So that was the best ship I've taken apart yet, and I'm really happy with this game. I'm so glad that I grabbed it during early access. It's just, I get to watch it get better and better as we go. So with that, we'll wrap up this video and move on to maybe doing something else. I don't know, it's 3 in the morning. We'll see what I feel like.